Brett, what's the meaning of this? Why are you telling me, the bride, to sit in the guest seats before the ceremony even begins? I should be getting up there with you instead of coming out here with all of my family.
Huh? What are you talking about? Didn't you hear what I just said? Your hearing must be going bad, seriously. How about next time we go out, we go to a hearing specialist and get you all checked out?
I did hear you, and that's why I'm asking. The bride is supposed to walk down the aisle at the start of the ceremony. Why on earth are you telling me to sit down instead? Do you have any idea what's about to happen here?
Are you really that stupid or what? It's exactly what I said. I'm going to walk down the aisle with my ex-girlfriend. You? Just sit there quietly in the guest seats. It'll make the photos look better.
What? What are you even saying right now? You've got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding at all. I'm being totally serious here. And what's the big deal anyway? It's not like I'm doing anything outrageous like exchanging rings with my ex or creating some dramatic scandal. You know, stuff only idiots make a fuss about. I'm just walking down the aisle with her, nothing more. That's no reason to get worked up. You were planning to walk down the aisle with your dad, weren't you?
This isn't about that. It's not the same thing at all.
You? What's your problem? Are you feeling insecure or something? Relax. I'll still marry you and we'll exchange rings just as planned. Can't you let this one little thing slide? Come on, you're so obsessed with money. At least cooperate a bit for the sake of good photos.
Enough already. There's no way I'm letting you do something so outrageous.
Oh, shut up. Stop making such a fuss over me walking down the aisle with my ex. You're acting like an idiot. My ex is sick, so it's only right to give her this moment. Have a heart.
You two aren't leaving here in one piece today.
What?
I mean, I never had any intention of letting either of you leave unscathed to begin with. Mia, there's been an unexpected development. Should we go ahead as planned? What happened? Did he catch on to what we're doing? Not exactly. It's just that... That disgusting jerk! How dare he mock you like that and take you for a fool at every turn? I won't forgive him. Right? Even I couldn't believe it. This is a new low, even for him. Honestly, it's almost impressive how far gone his thought process is. But, in a way, this might actually work out for the best. What? I mean, it looks like I won't have to hold back anymore. Now I can go all out without any hesitation. Oh, yeah, that's true. If I'm not there, you won't have to worry about keeping yourself in check. Exactly. There's no way I'd let you get hurt because of this. You're amazing, as always. Your determination to chase someone to the ends of the earth when they cross you is honestly something I aspire to. What can I say? I can be pretty relentless when it comes to things like this. But let's be real. You're just as bad for sticking with me through this whole revenge plan, aren't you? Well, I can't forgive him for ruining your life either. So let's do this together. Let's drag him down to the depths of hell. Thank you, Amy. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have made it to this day. Finally, I can start moving forward with my life.
You had the audacity to set me up like this!
Oh my, what a spectacle that was. Truly an epic battlefield of drama. Thanks to you, I had the perfect front row seat to watch everything unfold. It was the best entertainment I've had in a long time. You know, drama like this really is something only fools manage to create.
Why the hell were there so many women in the audience? And all of them weren't even invited guests. What kind of a joke is this?
Oh, but I invited them. That makes them legitimate guests, doesn't it? Besides, it's not like they're strangers to you. In fact, aren't all of them people you know quite well? Let me jog your memory. They're all your ex-girlfriends and the women you cheated with.
Damn it! How the hell did you find out?
Find out? Don't make me laugh. I've known all along. I've always known exactly what kind of man you are. Oh, I've heard plenty about you. Like how you completely disappeared the moment one of your affairs was exposed. And not only that, you even made promises of marriage while swindling money from your partners. It seems the only people in your life are those who hold grudges against you. That's precisely why, the moment you stepped onto the wedding aisle, all hell broke loose. It turned into an absolute circus, didn't it? And now, here you are, hiding out in the waiting room, trembling. Oh, and don't worry, one of your exes who wasn't feeling well was taken into custody by her parents after I called them over. She's already been dragged back to her family's home. Which means, dear Brett, you've got no one left on your side.
What? Why is this happening to me? Damn it! You should be grateful that I even considered marrying someone like you, a hideous woman with nothing but money to her name. You're not just stupid, you've completely lost your mind if you think you're better than me. So why don't you use that crazy brain of yours to help me out? Surely even you can do something that simple.
Excuse me? Help you? What kind of idiot do you take me for?
What did you just say?
Today's wedding? It was never about love or a happy future. It was about revenge. That's the only reason I agreed to marry you. Do you want to know the truth? I'm Mia's younger sister.
Who the hell is Mia? I don't know anyone by that name.
Oh, I'm not surprised you don't remember. You've discarded so many women that their names probably blur together for you. But I remember. I remember every tear my sister shed because of you. I'll never forgive you for what you did to Mia. Never. Everything I've done, every fake smile, every word of flattery, was all for this moment. For the chance to destroy you. There's no escape, Brett. I'm going to drag you straight to hell!
You've gotta be kidding me. You're just a worthless woman who I thought I'd marry because you had money. You'll regret messing with me, I swear.
Go ahead and try. Do your worst. I'll make sure you never get the chance to fight back. I'll leave you utterly broken, you miserable excuse for a human being.
Where? Damn it! Why the hell am I getting hit with so many claims for compensation? None of these women said anything before. It's gotta be past the statute of limitations by now.
Oh, silly Brett. The statute of limitations for marriage fraud is 3 years. You're not off the hook just yet.
Ow! What the hell are you talking about? And why should I have to pay you anything?
Well, let's see. You walked down the wedding aisle with your ex-girlfriend instead of me. That alone is more than enough reason for me to demand compensation. Not to mention, those other claims are piling up fast, aren't they? All those ex-girlfriends of yours.
Thing. I don't know a damn thing to women I'm done with.
Oh, Brett, didn't you hear me the first time? I swear, your hearing really is awful.
What did you just say?
Let me spell it out for you. Dating multiple women at the same time? That's cheating. And since you went so far as to get engaged to each of them, you're looking at breach of promise lawsuits on top of everything else. Add in the claims for fraud and the total amount is astronomical.
You've got to be kidding me!
Oh, I'm completely serious. But don't think it'll end with just paying damages. No, I'm also going to file criminal charges for marriage fraud against you.
What? You're gonna sue me?
Of course I am. I'm also encouraging the other victims to file reports against you. I've already spoken to the ex you manipulated into walking down the aisle with you. You lied to her, didn't you? Told her she'd finally get to marry you if she walked with you down the wedding aisle. And then you stole her savings under the guise of saving up for wedding expenses. Ugh, pathetic. Most of them thought they didn't have enough evidence to fight back, but I've convinced them otherwise. Now they're united with one goal: to drag you down.
You think you can take me on? Evidence is everything in court, and you don't have any. Without proof, I'm untouchable. All your efforts are useless. You think I'd lose to a bunch of gullible women? Watch me vanish again, just like always.
Good luck with that.
Damn it! Why am I still getting legal documents at my new address? I've moved already!
Oh, Brett, your new address? It's not exactly a mystery. I told you, good luck running away.
How the hell are you finding me so fast?
Are you seriously asking me that? I have resources, Brett. Wherever you go, I'll have a private investigator track you down.
Ha! You think you could keep hiring private investigators? That's ridiculous! I'll escape for sure this time!
Oh, you're confused. I'm not the one paying for the investigator. Actually, you can't escape, Brett. Do you know why? It's my sister, Mia, who's been following your every move.
What are you talking about? That's impossible!
Oh, it's no coincidence. My sister is a private investigator herself. She joined the agency specifically to find you. Isn't that poetic justice?
You're lying! There's no way something that convenient could happen!
Oh, it's no lie. After you disappeared, my sister was determined to track you down. She initially hired an agency, but the head of the agency was so impressed by her determination that they offered her a job. Now, not only does she have the resources to find you, but the entire agency is backing her up. They're all on her side. No matter where you run, we'll find you. Right now, for instance, you're standing in the lobby of a business hotel typing on your phone, aren't you?
How do you know that?
Like I said, Brett, we know everything.
Why are you doing this? This is insane!
Everything. Insane? Oh, Brett, you don't get to say that. Not after what you did to my sister. You ruined her life. She's almost completely deaf now because of you.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Right before you vanished, you called her to a family restaurant, claiming you wanted to have one last conversation. But you never showed up. She realized you'd abandoned her and called me in tears, saying she was coming back home. But she never made it. She got into an accident on the way. While she survived, the injuries damaged her hearing permanently. Now, she can barely hear anything without a hearing aid. If you'd just shown up that day, if she hadn't been so distraught, she might have avoided the accident.
That's not my fault, that's just bad luck!
No, Brett, it's entirely your fault. You didn't just break her heart. You stole her future. I'll never forgive you for that. Never. Oh, I'm so sorry about today. I know it was supposed to be your big day, your wedding day. But I walked down the aisle ahead of you, didn't I? Oh, such a shame, ruining the ceremony like that. Still, don't you think the photos turned out fabulous?
Why? Why the hell were you all even there? What is going on? How did this even happen?
Oh, poor you. You must be absolutely devastated, huh? It was your golden opportunity to marry into a filthy rich family, wasn't it? Honestly, I've always admired your talent for sniffing out wealthy targets. It's a skill, really. Genius level, I'd say. But here's the thing. You know that heiress you were so desperate to marry? She's one of us.
What? No way! That's impossible! There's no way someone like her, someone so rich, so classy, so respectable, could ever have any connection to psychos like you!
Wow, that's pretty rude, don't you think? Calling your ex-fiancé a psycho, even if she is your ex now. But didn't you find it strange? You know, the way that rich young lady was just so eager to hand over her money, doing whatever you told her without even a hint of suspicion.
No way! Don't tell me!
Oh, I'll tell you all right. It was all an act. Every last bit of it. You see, when we found out you were targeting her, trying to worm your way into her life for her money, we decided to reach out to her ourselves. We told her everything about you. All the scams, all the lies. And do you know what she said? She needs to teach scum like you a lesson. Oh, she was furious. Honestly, unlike you, she's a really genuine, upstanding person. She cooperated with us completely.
So that's why she kept pushing for the wedding to happen so quickly? She tricked me into speeding everything up!
Exactly. Oh, and by the way, the part where she said she'd lend you money, that was a lie too.
What? You've got to be kidding me! If she said she'd give me the money, she damn well better pay up!
Oh, please. Coming from someone who couldn't even manage to pay our compensation, that's rich. Oh, and just so you know, we've already reported you to the police. You won't be running away this time.
What?
Last time, you managed to slip out through a window, didn't you? Well, not this time. The police are already here at the venue. They've sealed off every exit. Doors, windows, anything that looks like it could be an escape route. So why don't you give it up? It's time you finally got arrested and paid for your crimes. Even someone as delusional as you should be able to manage that, don't you think?
Like hell I'll let it end like this! There's no way I'm letting scum like you take me down!
Still trying to run, huh? Well, you're unbelievably stubborn.
Megan, you've got to believe me! You're being manipulated! Don't fall for their lies! I love you, Megan! You're the only one I have! Those people, they're stalkers! I've been running from them this whole time! Please help me! I need you, Megan!
Hey there, Brett. Long time no see.
What? Who are you?
Wow, you really don't remember me? That's harsh, Brett. It's Mia.
Mia? Why the hell are you involved in this?
Oh, I've been holding on to Amy's phone. I knew you tried to contact her eventually. But honestly, I can't believe you. Running away from a wedding ceremony not once, but twice? And it took you this long to remember who I am? You really know how to hurt a girl. But at least now we finally get to talk.
Damn it! You've gone completely insane! You're a freak! You've ruined my life!
Excuse me? Your life is ruined. Do you even hear yourself? This is your own fault. You've hurt so many people. Honestly, even ruining your entire life doesn't come close to making up for the damage you've done. If only we'd been able to stop you sooner, there would have been fewer victims. But now, finally, it's over. Your schemes, your scams, everything, they end here. Your crimes are too severe, and the damages are too massive. You'll pay for all of it. You deserve nothing less than to rot in hell.
No, please, I can't let it end like this. I still have things I want to do.
Oh, spare me. Nobody cares what you want anymore. Right now, I'm sure you're holed up somewhere, thinking you can hide. but it won't last. The police are ready to storm in any minute now. We've been preparing for this day for a long time, and we've gathered plenty of evidence. And since victims from all over have filed complaints against you, the police are determined to see you caught.
No way! So you're telling me there's no way out of this?
Exactly. That's the reality you're facing. But if you still feel like running, go ahead. Just know this. We'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Even after you've served your sentence, don't think for a second that you'll get to live a happy life. Not after what you've done.
I can't let it end like this. Please, I'm begging you, help me. Somebody, please.
It's too late for that. If you'd been caught sooner, maybe it wouldn't have come to this. But you've only ever been tightening the noose around your own neck. So congratulations. You've worked so hard to bring this upon yourself. Amy, they finally got that bastard. He'd been holed up for a while, but eventually he ran out of food and water. The second he came out, they tackled him.
Really? That's such a relief! I just hope this brings some peace to the victims.
Looking back, it's terrifying to think how many people were trapped by him. Most of them were so convinced he'd eventually come back to them or that they had to forgive him.
Yeah, I remember one victim telling me she couldn't press charges because she was afraid he'd get mad when he came back. It was terrifying to hear, honestly. After everything he did to them, they still believed in him.
It's like they were brainwashed. Honestly, it reminded me of women who bankrupt themselves for hosts.
Exactly. That's why, despite the huge number of victims, so few actually filed report.
It's twisted, isn't it? In a way, it's almost a skill. Even I fell for his lies at first.
Same here. If I hadn't already known about your situation, I might have been tricked too. He really was that charming, but now he's finished. There won't be any more victims.
It's all thanks to you. Really, thank you. And I'm sorry. Because of my need for revenge, you ended up wasting a year of your life.
Don't say that. I don't think it was a waste at all.
What?
When you were rushed to the hospital after the accident, I thought I'd never see you again. When you woke up, I was so happy, but I was also furious. Furious at him. Furious at myself. If he had even the slightest bit of remorse for what he did to you, maybe I wouldn't have gone as far as I did. But he introduced himself to me like we'd never met, like I wasn't your sister. That's when I knew I couldn't forgive him. So I made up my mind. I'd drag him to hell, no matter the cost.
Amy.
That's why. Mia, please don't apologize. I chose this path because I wanted to. I needed to do this, for you and for myself.
Thank you, Amy. You've given me the strength to move forward, and now it's my turn to support you. Let's find your happiness too.
That man received a prison sentence. From what I've heard, his demeanor is already sluggish and defeated, even before he has started serving his time. They say he's convinced that once he's released, Mia will relentlessly go after him. Apparently, the events that transpired this time have left a deep psychological scar, turning into a full-blown trauma for him. While he's in prison, it's said that he's constantly trembling with fear, unable to compose himself. The mere thought of being released back into the world seems to terrify him, and it's not hard to understand why. Mia has been clear in her actions and demeanor. She's not the type to let things slide, especially after everything he's done. In his current state, I doubt he can even entertain the idea of a life after prison. It's hard to imagine him being able to start over or pick up the pieces of his life. The fear and the weight of what he's done seem to be consuming him, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. It wouldn't be surprising if the guilt and anxiety gnaw away at him, leaving him a shell of the person he used to be. Mia, on the other hand, is still reeling from the ordeal. Her resolve, however, hasn't wavered one bit. If anything, the way she carried herself throughout this entire situation has been remarkable. She's focused on ensuring that justice is served, and she refuses to let him escape the consequences of his actions. It's clear that she's deeply affected by what happened, but she's using that pain as fuel to keep pushing forward. As for the man, even though he's locked up now, the specter of Mia seems to haunt him. It's as though the very walls of the prison are closing in on him, echoing with the consequences of his actions. The fact that he's trembling even within the supposed safety of the prison speaks volumes about his current mental state. There's no denying it. He's terrified of Mia. From what I've been told, he's not doing well at all. Other inmates have reportedly noticed his strange behavior, whispering among themselves about the way he isolates himself and seems perpetually on edge. The guards, too, have had to keep an eye on him. Apparently, he wakes up in cold sweats, muttering to himself in the middle of the night. It's as if he's trapped in a nightmare that he can't escape from, and that nightmare is entirely of his own making. But what's truly ironic is that Mia isn't even actively pursuing him right now. She's focused on rebuilding her life, picking up the pieces and moving forward. But he doesn't see it that way. In his mind, she's still this unstoppable force that will come after him the moment he steps foot outside the prison gates. That fear, irrational as it may seem, has taken root so deeply within him that it's controlling his every thought and action. It's not hard to understand why, though. The things he did to Mia were horrific, and she made it abundantly clear that she wouldn't forgive him. Her strength and determination in holding him accountable have left an indelible mark on him. He's probably replaying her words and actions in his head over and over again, unable to escape the reality of what he's done. What's more, the legal proceedings that led to his sentencing were anything but smooth. Mia made sure to present every piece of evidence, every painful detail, so that there was no room for doubt about his guilt. She stood her ground, unwavering, even when faced with his attempts to downplay his actions. That kind of strength is intimidating, to say the least, and it's clear that it's left a lasting impression on him. The trauma he's experiencing now, while self-inflicted, is a reflection of the gravity of his actions. It's as if he's finally starting to grasp the enormity of what he's done, and it's breaking him from the inside out. But even so, it's hard to feel sympathy for him. After all, Mia's trauma runs much deeper, and she's the one who had to endure his actions in the first place. Still, the fear that grips him now is a testament to Mia's strength and resolve. She's shown him that there are consequences to his actions, and those consequences don't end with a prison sentence. They extend far beyond that, lingering in his mind and haunting his every waking moment. The prospect of him being released one day seems almost laughable at this point. Even if he were to walk out of prison, he wouldn't truly be free. The weight of his guilt, the fear of Mia, and the trauma he's inflicted on himself would continue to follow him, casting a shadow over every aspect of his life. It's as though he's imprisoned not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And yet, Mia remains steadfast in her pursuit of justice. She's not letting his fear or his broken state deter her from ensuring that he pays for what he's done. Her focus is on healing and moving forward, but she's also making it clear that she won't tolerate any attempts to evade accountability. In the end, it's hard to say what will become of him. Will he eventually face his fears and try to rebuild his life? Or will he remain trapped in the prison of his own mind, unable to move past the mistakes he's made? Whatever the case may be, one thing is certain. Mia has shown him that actions have consequences. And those consequences can be far more enduring than he ever imagined. For now, he remains behind bars, trembling with fear and unable to escape the reality of his situation. Whether he ever finds peace is up to him. But it's clear that Mia has no intention of letting him off the hook easily. She set a precedent, not just for him, but for anyone who thinks they can act without facing the repercussions. Ultimately, this situation serves as a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience that can emerge in the face of adversity. Mia's determination to seek justice has not only held him accountable, but also inspired others to stand up for themselves and fight for what's right. As for the man, his journey is far from over. But for now, he'll have to contend with the consequences of his actions, both inside the prison walls and within the confines of his own mind. His terror, the fear that keeps him from being able to think straight, is a reflection of the deep, personal turmoil that's slowly eating away at him. It's clear that he's now more prisoner to his own thoughts and past actions than to the prison he's in. Perhaps that's what's truly breaking him, knowing that the psychological prison he now lives in is far worse than any physical bars could ever be. His future is uncertain, and with each passing day, it seems like the walls of his own guilt are getting higher and higher, trapping him in a place from which there's no escape. Yet, for Mia, there's still a long road ahead as she navigates the aftermath of everything that's happened. She doesn't seek revenge or even justice for the sake of vengeance. What she's after is something deeper, something more meaningful. Peace, closure, and the ability to heal. That's the true power of her resolve. Her focus is not on the man behind bars, trembling in fear, but on herself, her future, and the life she's trying to rebuild. It's a testament to her strength that she refuses to allow his actions to define her or to drag her down. In the end, it's his fear, his terror. That's the true consequence of what he did. Not Mia's pursuit of justice, but the knowledge that, no matter what happens next, you'll never truly be free. On the other hand, I've started working for a housekeeping service. Though it's a bit of a lie, I've been pretending to be the perfect girlfriend up until now, and as a result, my domestic skills have improved drastically. I had to take care of everything, from cleaning to cooking, in order to maintain that perfect image. But in reality, it wasn't always easy, and at times, it felt like I was drowning under the pressure to live up to this ideal. I didn't really have much time for myself, but I kept pushing through because I thought it was expected of me. There were days when I felt overwhelmed by the constant need to meet expectations, my partners, my family's, and even my own. It wasn't always clear whether I was living for myself or for the image others had of me. Now, though, I want to move away from that kind of lifestyle. It's not that I regret those moments or the skills I gained, but I want to make sure that I'm living a life that's true to myself. This new job at the housekeeping service has been eye-opening. I'm finally able to apply the skills I've learned and use them in a practical way. It's not about being perfect anymore. It's about finding balance and pursuing something I can be proud of. Working for the service gives me a sense of fulfillment I hadn't anticipated, and it's helping me reshape my perspective on both work and life. There's a kind of freedom that comes with no longer worrying about being perfect all the time. When I first started, I wasn't sure how I'd adjust to the new routine. It's one thing to clean and cook for yourself, but doing it for others is an entirely different challenge. It's a job that demands attention to detail, consistency, and efficiency. But what surprised me was how quickly I adapted to the rhythm of it all. It wasn't long before I realized that I had a natural talent for this kind of work. The things that used to feel like burdens, like making sure everything was spotless or preparing meals on time, have become second nature. I'm not only efficient, but I've also started to enjoy the work. there's a sense of satisfaction that comes from transforming a messy home into a clean, organized space. It's the kind of work where you can see immediate results, and that's incredibly gratifying. It's been a relief to shift my focus from pretending to be someone I wasn't to embracing who I truly am. I can now use the skills I've honed over the years to earn a living, and that feels empowering. This job at the housekeeping service isn't just about making ends meet. It's about taking the skills I've built over the years and using them in a way that feels real and authentic. It's also been a great opportunity to learn new things about myself. For instance, I've discovered that I thrive in environments where I can be detail-oriented and precise. I've always been meticulous in certain areas of my life, but now I'm able to channel that focus into a productive, rewarding career. It's amazing to realize that something I initially viewed as a mundane chore has turned into a fulfilling pursuit that helps me grow in ways I didn't expect. This job gives me a sense of purpose and autonomy that I didn't have before. I don't feel like I'm constantly performing or trying to live up to some external standard. I'm finally able to live for myself, instead of constantly living up to expectations set by others. Before, I was caught up in the idea of being perfect, doing everything right, looking perfect, acting perfect. But none of that was fulfilling in the long run. Now, I'm free to embrace my flaws and work toward improving myself on my terms. There's peace in letting go of the pressure to meet an ideal that doesn't even reflect who I truly am. I now have the freedom to focus on what truly matters to me, finding contentment in my own skin. As for my future, I want to take this newfound sense of independence and use it to live in a way that aligns with my values and passions. I'm done with the pressure to be perfect all the time. I've spent too much time trying to be someone I wasn't, and it's time for a change. I want to focus on building a life that allows me to pursue my own goals and aspirations, not just fulfill the roles others expect of me. I'm learning that true fulfillment comes from living authentically, not from meeting someone else's standards. The more I embrace my own path, the more I realize how empowering it is to define my life on my own terms. It's been a long time coming, but I finally feel ready to embrace who I am and make the most of my abilities. I've spent years trying to be everything to everyone, but I've come to realize that I can't keep living that way. I have to take control of my own destiny, and this job is a step in that direction. It may not be glamorous, but it's mine, and I'm proud of it. It's empowering to know that I'm supporting myself and using my skills to build something meaningful. I'm finally living a life that feels honest and true to who I am, and that's a feeling I cherish deeply. For the first time in a while, I feel like I'm taking control of my own life. The path ahead may not be easy, but I'm ready to face whatever comes my way. Working in the housekeeping service is just the beginning. It's a stepping stone toward the life I want to create for myself. I've learned that success isn't just about climbing the career ladder or achieving external recognition. It's about doing work that I can be proud of and finding satisfaction in the everyday tasks that make up my life. In the past, I might have been afraid to take risks or step outside the box, but now I'm determined to create a life that's authentic to me. I want to challenge myself, explore new opportunities, and make choices that are in line with my own dreams and ambitions. This job has taught me a lot about myself, and I'm excited to see where it takes me. I don't have all the answers, but I know that I'm on the right path. I'm embracing each step along the way, knowing that it's helping me become the person I'm meant to be. I've come to realize that perfection isn't the goal anymore. It's not about trying to be everything for everyone. What matters now is doing the best I can for myself and finding fulfillment in my work and life. I'm not going to waste my time chasing an ideal version of myself that doesn't even exist. Instead, I'm focusing on growth, self-discovery, and finding true happiness in my own way. It's no longer about meeting expectations that others set for me. It's about setting my own expectations and striving to meet them. I'm proud of how far I've come, and I know there's still much more to learn and accomplish. But I'm confident that with the skills I've acquired, the strength I've built, and the determination I now possess, I'm capable of anything. This new chapter in my life is just the beginning of a journey that's all about living authentically, pursuing my passions, and carving out a future that's entirely my own. It's exciting to think about all the possibilities that lie ahead, and I'm ready to embrace each one as they come. This job has taught me that growth isn't linear. It's not a straightforward path, and there will be challenges along the way. But I'm not afraid of those challenges anymore. I know that each obstacle is an opportunity to learn and grow. And as I continue down this path, I'll keep building on the skills I've gained and the lessons I've learned. Looking ahead, I'm not just thinking about the immediate future. I'm thinking about the kind of life I want to create for myself in the long term. I want to keep growing, learning, and evolving. I want to build a career that I'm passionate about. And I want to have a life that reflects my values and what matters most to me. But above all, I want to keep living authentically and pursuing happiness on my terms. This job is helping me realize that the path to fulfillment isn't about meeting others' expectations. It's about living my own truth and creating a future that's meaningful to me. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.